What if Deku made Shimmer the fall of the society? Now we go to the next day after the previous What If episode, to where, well, Deku, the creator of Shimmer, wakes up. As he gets up, my head. As he looks over and realizes his pillow was replaced with a rock. Okay, who did that? He starts looking around the room as then he sees a note on his wall. Sorry, I had to replace your pillow with a rock. Oh, signed by Fred, by the way. Because of research purposes with making a pillow fort. Don't ask why I wanted to do it. It's just every now and then you just gotta make a pillow fort. I hope you understand. Anyway, creator Shimmer, I do really hope you understand. I really wanted to make a pillow fort, and there wasn't enough pillows, so I may or may not have changed your pillow with a rock. That mercenary. As then, there's a knock at the door. Yes? Arachnid enters the room. Sir, I have some information you want to hear. What is that? One of our inner people in the Hero Safety Committee that wants Shimmer said he would give us interesting information in exchange for a vial of Shimmer. What's the information? Depending on what it is, I'll give him the Shimmer vial. Apparently, they know of the whereabouts of you. As he looks over, they know what? Apparently some groups snitched and got angry at you for stop selling the Shimmer. Let me guess, Arachnid, you dealt with the group? Of course. As we see cops entering the building where they were going to arrest the thug groups that gave them the information, as their corpses are being hanged by threads. What happened here? Looks like someone got to them before we did. As we go back to them. Well, at least you got rid of the rats. So what do you think they're going to plan to attack? Well, they know your whereabouts, so we should get you out of here as soon as possible. They'll most likely attack in 2 days or so. I need to get all my research out of here. And there's too many vials of Shimmer here to move. As Veek enters the room. Why not just deal with them yourself, sir? We can handle them. We can handle the heroes that they throw at us. Well, depending on the training camp, they may do the raid. Either before or after that. They'll probably do it sometime maybe during it as well. There's that possibility. But the hero that gave you this information, what was his name? It was just a sidekick of some high-rank heroes that were discussing it. Very well. You can hand him the vials of Shimmer. And to throw it on top, tell him to get out of the country. As Arachnid looks confused. Why? Because, since he's helping me in a big way, I'll give him a choice that will most likely save his life from this uncruel or cruel events that will occur here in the next week or so. What are you planning? That's none of your concern, Veek. Did you hear what I said, Arachnid? Yes, sir. I will do as you've ordered. As she walks out. Boss. Yes? I don't like how you're just willing to let go and prepare for this attack. They're going to try to capture you, and you're just fine with it? Don't worry. After all, I get captured. The whole plan goes into motion. After all, You know what's gonna happen, right? Oh, is that what you're planning? Okay, I see what you're going on about. Just protect the warehouses filled with Shimmer that are hidden away. Do that, and let the plan go as proceeded. You sure about this, sir? I mean, we could just push the plan off for a bit longer. No. Shimmer has already become very, famous already throughout this past year of selling this stuff. And a lot of people around the society have it. Villains, heroes. So what do you think's going to happen with those people that love the supply of Shimmer when it's all gone? There'll be multiple parties trying to, get the creator. Ah. So you're basically going to turn the society upside down and turn it against itself. Precisely. After all, they've become too addicted to the stuff. And with too many people wanting it, guarantee the Hero Safety Commission president will try something to negotiate as well. And I doubt they'll kill me because they want the research on, using it for their heroes. You make a fair point, sir. But still, I don't think it's a good idea to let you get captured. Don't worry, I won't be alone. Just remember to change Z's Shimmer supply. He will escape and will be my only bodyguard here at the facility. I wouldn't say only bodyguard, as another person enters the room, and he's carrying a pillow. Ah, Fred. Yes, I decided to bring this pillow back. He tossed it towards Deku. Why did you take this in the first place? Didn't you read my note? I wanted to build a massive pillow fort. Why? 1, to explode it. 2, why not? You know my jobs for you haven't been exciting since... Really not exciting. You've just been basically having me sell Shimmer, protect your convoys, and all that. So I just wanted to build a pillow fort. It's the least I could do. After all, you've obviously haven't sent me on any fun missions that I could explode stuff. Well, that's the point of laying low. I know. But since the heroes are going to attack, I might as well have some fun. I can use several of my equipment now. After all, I hope you don't mind, though they're going to raid this place in what? A week or so? The start of the training camp, I believe. We'll escort as many vials of Shimmer out of the place as possible. Yes, I agree. Me and Arachnid will keep the facility safe. And Z will join you later. He will escape due to my orders, but he'll put up a good fight against the heroes. And I may have another subject that may be of use depending on how this experiment goes. But anyway, go prepare. We could get as many vials out of here. And even the experimental ones. I'll just start destroying the creations and all that, the supplies. Everything that is revealed to make Shimmer will be destroyed here. You're destroying all the blueprints of Shimmer? The only blueprints I need to remember how to make Shimmer is all in here, as he points to his head. Very well, sir. So, Izuku Midoriya, you're planning to get yourself captured? Yes, Fred. I am surprised you found my real name. Oh, it was quite easy after all. I simply looked for, someone that was quirkless in this society. And I gotta admit, the only one that went missing that had your name on it was you. The rest were reported dead or found dead a while back. and you're the only one that was confirmed, well, you were presumed dead. So, I didn't have anything to go off of. And you're the only likely choice and name I could think of. You're a loose cannon, Fred. You're uncontrollable. Like I always am. You can't control a person of madness. You know, after all, I did blow up an island. Yes. And the heroes have been on to you in pretty much every country. What? A hired mercenary has to make a living somehow. All for One's even tried to pay me, but I turned him down. He even said he would give me a quark. Like I need a quark to do great things. I agree with that philosophy. Without a quark, you can achieve greatness. In your own way. Of course, they'll try to blame the fame on other things, as they're thinking they're useless in this society. But they'll be wrong. They'll realize that I am not a person they can negotiate with. And they won't dare to kill me because they'll want the information of how to make Shimmer. Yeah, I know. But I would like to do something. If I do happen to run into Endeavor, how would you like me to deal with him? Like, there's the chop off of arms, legs. There's the inner explosive of inner grenade through the throat, blowing up his entire, intestines and, stomach area. There's so many possibilities to kill a man. I don't care what happens if you find him, if he's at this raid. But truth be told, I kinda wish you're not here for it. And miss out on all the fun? You gotta be kidding me. I wouldn't miss it for the world. This is finally getting interesting after all. Also, I kinda do owe my friend that died a favor, and if he died protecting you, I gotta fulfill his request, of course. What request? Well, one, he died protecting you, so one thing I could do is at least protect you and make sure you don't die through this event. Then all debts will be settled between me and him. Even though he's deceased. And also, I do appreciate you making his grave. And may I ask, what is all the graffiti on the wall behind it? That was all his colleagues and the scientist I had worked with. Was that your handiwork by any chance? Maybe. Well, at least you take care of, the people you consider friends. Of course. And there's very few in this society. And, what, Veek is one of them? Yes. After all, he's cast out. Kinda like how I was cast out of this society since birth. That is true. After all, I can't blame that this society casts out quarkless people. And people with villainous type quarks. But I have to say, you've come through to a lot of villains, and they have actually, backed you up for the most part. The small villain groups have respect for you. Yes, I'm aware of that. Because they've grown stronger with the vials of Shimmer I handed them. And what shall we do about the Yakuza? If you get captured, there's going to be a big uproar in the Yakuza. True. I'm not speaking about the villains of the society. And the heroes as well. But how are you going to keep civilian casualties when the society collapses out of the way? Simple. I've already coordinated with some villains already. Coordinated? Yes. You'll understand when it comes to it. Comes to what? You'll understand when the time comes. As Deku leaves the room and opens the room to where the hero native is in. As we see, well, Z, who has his claws to his neck. Z, as Z looks over. I thought you killed him. As he shakes his head, no. Anyway, go back to your place. As he simply nods and goes back over through the broken window, I bear in mind. And just goes to lay on a huge mattress that was put in there. As Native starts to wake up, as he sees Fred. Who is that? Wait, is that? As he then gets covered with duct tape. Nope, not any more talking by you. I don't need you talking through the process of injecting you with this brown shimmer, the Earth Shimmer. So that's what that vial was called. Am I guessing that all these other vials are going to be either destroyed or distributed? What? No, I've already planned to test these vials, but they're going to have to be tested in another way another time. Future experiments. But anyway, as he places the brown vial into like a syringe, it's time to test this out. As he goes over towards, well, a scared native, as he injects it into his neck. So what are the side effects of this one? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. As he gets up and walks back, as native starts squirming violently on the table. As he's trying to scream, but the duct tape over his mouth is preventing him from screaming. As then his body just starts turning to stone. Wow, talk about having a rock-hard body. Get it? I'm in no mood for your jokes, Fred. Aw, come on. You gotta say it was a little funny. He's completely turned to stone. Literally. Let's see about that. As he whistles, as Z gets up and starts coming over. Yes, Master. I need you to do a little bit of a favor. Start to melt the cuffs. Sure. As he puts his claws over the cuffs and he starts melting them away. As Native just stays there, unmoving. Rats. It's a failed project. As he just simply flips the table, sending the stone native off the table, and he shatters into a million pieces. I'd worked so hard on that batch. That took me a month to make. Just to be a failure. Hey, don't take it too bad. You at least perfected pretty much the orange shimmer, which is the fire attribute. And that's a success. It may take some time for you to complete this one. Just send the shimmer away. To the facilities, the warehouses. And make sure they don't get them. Can I please stick around for the raid that's going to happen probably a few days? Who knows what? Come on, I promise I'll behave. And not steal your pillows or possibly blow up parts of the facility while I'm at it. And to make sure you don't destroy any of my equipment like you did last time you were here. Hey, listen. That circling spinning machine asked for it. You mean the condenser vial machine? Yeah, it was looking at me the wrong way. It's literally just a machine. So? I can't tell if you're just too stupid or you're just crazy. I would go with the crazy part. Whatever. Just take the equipment and go. Fine. If I can't have any fun, I'll show up a week later when the event happens or whatever. I'm really looking forward to see how this plays out, though. Oh. Since you plan to get yourself captured, do you have any need for this facility after you're captured? As Deku looks over at him. No. Let me guess, you want to blow this place to Kingdom Kong? You know me well. Very well, you can set C4 bombs all over the place. As soon as I leave the building, you can blow it sky high. At least I can have some fun now. And... oh wait, it's gonna be in like 3 days or something. I don't know when this raid's gonna happen. Just work on getting this equipment out of here, please. As Fred just leaves. Fine, fine. Suit yourself. Although, when I'm out there on the town, and you don't want to join in, like, you know, have some fun. You want to drink while I'm out as well, taking your supplies? I'm good. Now leave. Alright, I'll be out of your hair. As we see Z popping up, his head just above the broken window. As we see Deku take a seat. As he slams his hands down on the desk. I am so trying to change this society. It's not changing. The heroes want the Shimmer. The villains want the Shimmer. The Yakuza wants the Shimmer. All because it increases their power. But that's not why I made Shimmer in the first place. I started giving Shimmer out to villains because it was testing time. It was time to test the stuff. And so far, it was working. And now Shimmer's spread all throughout the underworld. And when I stopped selling the stuff, everyone's gotten a bit mad at me. So I had to make up an excuse saying my supply had run dry for the time being. As Z is listening to this. Master, what is it? Why do you want to see the society fall? Because it has no respect for us. We are outcasts. Things that the society doesn't care about being thrown away or killed. And I want to make sure it is crumbled to the ground because of it. I already tried changing it with peaceful negotiation a while ago. What do you mean? I guess you don't know the story. Truth be told, before anyone really joined me, I tried to convince... well, I had a conversation with the Hero Safety Committee. Of course, they thought I was just some mad guy or something. I said that this vial could help heal, and I wanted to demonstrate that they could use it. But then I overheard a conversation when I first demonstrated the vial's use. They're saying, we'll just get the recipe from him, and we can just kill him off on the streets. He can be all on his own. We don't need someone that's quirkless. And especially, no one's going to respect a quirkless scientist. They shunned my work and planned to take the credit once they knew the actual use of it. Even though they killed the scientist that I worked for to help make Shimmer, I still chose to go back to try to see if I could change things. I see. So you want to see it burn. If you want it to burn, I would gladly do so. Easy. You'll have your revenge on the Yellow Beast quite soon, my friend. And I will have my revenge on this society. In due time. I know you're not one for patience. But trust me, it will be worth it. In the end. What are you going to do with all the failed Shimmer experiments you've mentioned? Them? They're a part of my plan, but you'll just have to wait and see for that. Very well, Master. Do you need anything else? No. It'll be me and you in this facility for some time. The heroes will attack, and I plan for them to take me away.
Why? They shall not harm the master. You, I mean, sir.
I appreciate your concern. As he walks over to him and starts patting his head. You've been a great help with me dealing with Stain. Although you may have cut off his arm, but you did manage to pretty much put him out of the picture.
I would have gladly killed him if gotten the opportunity.
I don't underestimate that you wouldn't, but I need you to do other things.
Like what?
I need you to be my bodyguard in this place when they attack.
The heroes?
Of course. Take out as many of them as you want. But in the end, go meet up with Feek and the others.
As you wish, master. Have a nice day, I presume? Night? What time is it?
Let me check my watch. As he looks down at his watch, okay, it's about 9 a.m.
Then morning.
As Deku just turns back to his desk, I'm just glad that things went good in certain aspects of this plan. It will soon come to fruition.
And I will gladly help you, master.
Thank you for your support, Z. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to be deleting all the data, so when the heroes find this place, they have nothing to look for. As he starts to delete all the data, as Z goes back to, well, his resting spot. And we go about a few days later, to a hero meeting, where this is mostly taken out outside of the facility, where there are several heroes for the raid. As we see Hawks, Mirko, the dragon hero. This is also the start of the training camp, so Aizawa will not be there in this one. I'll say Sir Night-Eye and Mirio, because I feel like they'd get in on something like this as well. So, that's all who's really there. Endeavor doesn't really feel like this is such a big deal. As we go to them outside, as they start to talk with Hawks. So why are we here? You know those vials of Shimmer that villains have been using? Yeah? Well, we found their supplier. The person that made the stuff. He's currently in this warehouse. Underground. As they see a warehouse in front of them, this whole building leads to an underground system where he's been making Shimmer.
Really now?
So we want to catch the person that's making it, or people that are making the Shimmer, correct? Anyway, let's bust down the door. As they bust down the door, as the dragon hero had basically broke it, as they walk in, see nothing. The place is just empty.
Where is he?
As well, we could go to Deku and Z, who heard the busting down of the door above them.
It seems that they found the warehouse entrance.
I thought they were going to an underground approach, but I guess I was wrong.
Shall I get started on hunting my prey?
Go ahead. After all, he lights a match and lights papers on fire. Everything of making of Shimmer has now been erased. So go ahead. And remember, escape. Do not get captured. That is an order.
Yes, master.
As he starts running through the tunnel system, as Deku is just going around the facility. As we go back to the heroes, I don't get it. How is this place so empty? I thought you said this is where he's hiding out. As then Sir Night-Eye starts looking around. Mirio, try to use your quirk. As Mirio goes underground and sees like a hallway, as he pops right back up. Yeah, there's an underground system. So maybe he's not up here. Maybe this was just a, diversion. I think the real base is underground. very well as Mirko just breaks the ceiling. Well, technically the ceiling of the underground area. The floor of the factory. As they fall down. As all of them go under the ground. Into the hallway. So I guess you're right. You must be around here somewhere. So Nada, could you use your cork? No, I can't. I can only see it when I see through someone's eyes. And I cannot predict anything that's going to happen because no one has been here. Fair point. I guess we're just gonna have to move on. As they start walking through the empty hallways. As then they reach a pass. Where they see like a sign. One saying lab. One saying factory area. Well, I guess me, Mirko, and Hawks can head to the factory area. I guess me and Mirko can go to the, well, labs, I guess? If y'all are going to the factory area? Yeah, me, Mirio, and Hawks will head to the factory area. Y'all head to the lab. Alright. As they split up, as they go to... We go to Mirko and Rirko, the dragon hero. I always mispronounce her name, I think. Anyway. They get to the lab area as they see a fire. Why is there a fire? As they start hearing walking. As we see Deku just walking around through the facility. As he goes into a room that's filled with tubes. As he then just starts breaking them. And starts to light the other room on fire as well. There, all evidence is now destroyed. As he starts walking down the hall. As Mirko is following the sound of the shattering glass she had heard, and sees another room lit on fire. It seems like this room is also caught on fire. Hold up, I hear walking. Right outside. As both of them exit and they see someone walking away. Hey, you, stop! As he turns around, what are you two doing here? Why are you here? This is a hideout to a very dangerous villain. This villain, you say? Yes. Are you possibly one of them? I don't know, but y'all should leave my facility at once. So you're the owner of this place. Put your hands in the air. Well, I don't have any means of fighting back, so I have no other choice. As he raises his hands, but your friends may not be so lucky. As the dragon hero says, what do you mean? My little friend should have already found them by now. As we go to, well, to the factory area, to the underground floor of machines, where we see an unconscious Sir Night-Eye, Hawks, who's currently pinned to a machine, and Mirko, who's trying to hit Z, who's moving really fast around the room. You can't catch me, hero boy. I'm too fast. After all, I know this place like the back of my hand. There's no way you can stop me. As he then, well, turns his claws and making it glow bright orange-red as he slashes. As Mirko dodges, as there were a fire slash. You managed to dodge it. Impressive. As he starts running at him with quick speed and injecting himself with more shimmer off the back of his tank. As he moves super fast, as he's about to have his claws go right into his skin, he turns, basically see-through where he goes straight through him. What was that? So that may be why you were dodging me. You have some sort of transparent quark. Such a nuisance. As then we see, feathers hitting the tank on Z's back. No! As he starts reaching back to stop the feathers from hitting it. As some of the glass is broken and it starts leaking out.
No, wait, have you all done? Not the Shimmer. So that stuff on your back is Shimmer. So that's why you're so fast. As Hawks comes running with a sword, going straight for the neck, as he quickly uses his tail and tosses Hawks, well, straight at Sir Night-Eye, who had just gotten up, as they hit a wall. As Z quickly starts running away. As soon as he reaches a intersection area, he gets kicked by the rabbit hero Mirko, sending him towards a wall, completely shattering the vial of Shimmer on his back. No! As the orange Shimmer is spread all through the ground to the floor. What have y'all done? As his eyes turn a bright red, you shall pay, as Mirko gets a sense of fear from like a predator. What are you? As she gets pinned to the wall. Your demise. As he's about to strike her throat with his claws, he then gets punched by Mirko, he gets sent flying down the alleyway. Ugh. I made it in time. As he gets back up with a fire in his eyes, but then starts dashing off. We can't let him get away. As Mirko, who's just a little bit still shaken, can't move her body and she doesn't know why. But before he runs off, he sees her in the state. Are you alright? Yeah. Oh, I was also told we found the person that made Shimmer. He's currently in custody. As they all get up and to go walk out of the building. As all the heroes had gotten to the surface, and now the police had gone in to do their investigation. As we see Deku, who's just standing right outside a police car. Listen, we're taking you straight to the Hero Safety Commission building for some questioning. As all of them are talking, as he sees through his eyes, as then he turns back around and says, we have to get the police out of the building. Why? It's going to... As then it explodes. You're too late, heroes. As a massive smile appears on Deku's face. That was supposed to go off about a few more minutes ago, by the way. But I guess someone sped up the schedule. As he then gets, well, pushed to the police car, you knew that the place was going to explode. Yes. Although it wasn't my doing. As then he simply just gets punched in the face. As he gets sent to the ground. You evil villain, you're going to be locked up for this. Like I care. After all, you heroes don't deserve to run the society. Says about that Shimmer stuff that's been infecting a lot of people lately. It's not their, well, it's technically their choice that they used the stuff. We'll be questioning you back when we get to the Hero Safety Commission building. As helicopters overheard, and they heard that he was the creator of Shimmer. It's currently being taken to the Hero Safety Commission building. And this was broadcasted all the way through Japan. As we see Arachnid, Fred, and Veek just sitting on a couch. Well, I guess his plan went pretty well. Although I don't know what happened with the bombs. I honestly rigged them to go off 10 minutes after they left the building. Why'd they go off there? As we see someone just crawl into the room with the broken vial, big vial of Shimmer on his back. As he's crawling in. Shimmer! Shimmer! Z, what happened to you? Stupid heroes! As then he loses consciousness. Arachnid, go grab the extra vial for Z immediately. As she leaves to go grab a huge vial of Shimmer. Oh wow, he got messed up pretty bad. Of course. The Shimmer, if it wasn't for this backup Shimmer around his belt, he'd probably be dead by now. What do you mean? Didn't he tell you that Z needs Shimmer to survive? Especially this orange Shimmer. It's because of the certain side effects given to it by the orange shimmer that he needs it to survive. It's kind of like a lifeline. Ah, well, it's good that he had an extra plantment of a shimmer around his belt, then. Yes, I suppose he's right. But these stupid heroes just causing more problems than necessary. Well, anyway, we should really get him fixed up. Arachne's going to grab the vial. Well, anyway, I'm out of here. As he yawns. Oh, I'm a bit tired. After all, the raid was pretty much at the afternoon. I think a good nap's required. As Fred goes to leave the room, I don't get why he hired that guy. As Arachnid comes in, because he's a well-known mercenary. How do you know that? One, I overheard the boss talking about it. Yes, I heard that he was a mercenary, but what makes him so important? The fact he had pretty much obliterated an entire island. As his eyes open in shock. Wait, what? Yes. I didn't know that. As she starts to put the big vial of shimmer on Z's back, and starts attaching it, while replacing the old, broken pieces of the vial of shimmer. Yes, the boss didn't really mention it that much, but I did overhear some things about it. Very well. So we know he's at the Hero Safety Commission building at the moment, right? He's at least being taken to it. As we go to, Deku, who has a full armed escort as he's being taken to the Hero Safety Commission building. As out of nowhere, a whole bunch of different villain groups start attacking the escort. As he smiles, as the police officer or security guards in the vehicle, as well as Hawks. Why are you smirking? You should have never, made it public to where you would capture me. And why is that? You don't hear the fighting outside? As they start hearing fighting and explosions. What's happening? What'd you do? Oh, this is nothing on me. This is all your incompetence doing. And how is it that I stopped selling shimmer for a while, so all the villain groups that I've been, haven't sold shimmer to in a while, have been quite mad, and have been begging for more shimmer. And I told them I couldn't give them any more supply of shimmer for the time being, due to y'all's hunting me down. I simply just told them that due to a shortage of supply thanks to the LOV destroying my shipments, and the heroes intercepting them, were the reasons. But now it looks like they've come to make sure that I make more vials of shimmer for them. As we see a whole bunch of villains just fighting heroes outside. Like, where are they're all coming from? As a giant villain is start running through buildings as he breaks the highway that the car was going to, as it turns sharp to stop. Where the villain just tries to go grab the vehicle, as then, a hero, All Might, shows up, hitting the villain, sending him to the ground. As the guards start getting out of the back of the vehicle, and Hawks, while holding Deku by the collar. You're coming with us. I'll take you to the Hero Safety Commission building myself. As he starts flying off. He starts flying away. The news helicopter is still following and recording all the broadcasts around it. So you informed them that you were going to be captured, didn't you? Actually, that wasn't my intention. I never told them that, I was going to get captured. Y'all were the idiots that decided to broadcast me being captured to the entirety of Japan. So you knew this would happen if we did this. No, I could not have predicted this many. I did predict a small force, but I didn't predict about several gangs teaming up to try to get me back to make more shimmer. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed. As there's just a big fight scene happening in the background as Hawk's just flying him away. As then what seems to be like a helicopter flies near, thinking it's a Hero Safety Commission helicopter come to support. Hawks thinks as he looks over, as then he sees a guy with a net as he fires it, hitting Hawks and, well, Deku, putting them in a net as they're dangling below the helicopter. Repeat, we got the maker of Shimmer, and it seems we have the number 2 hero. As he tries to, well, makes a feather to cut it, but the net seems to be made of steel. I wouldn't give it too much thought. That net is made of steel, Hawks. So what? As he tries to break it, but it doesn't work. Yeah, I figured as much. Who are these guys? Oh, these would be the helicopter bandits. I don't know why they decided to go helicopters with their escape plans. Hence the name, the helicopter bandits. As we see, well, a crow person just flying next to them. Well, if it isn't the creator of Shimmer. It's been a while. Crow. You know this guy? We've met once. Yes, I do have to say, thank you for the vials of Shimmer. We've savored them after we heard you were not distributing anymore. We expect a big supply of it after this. Don't worry, you'll get your supply. If I get free, that's of course. No problem. We plan to take you back to headquarters, my base, and you'll be safely secured there. As then, we just see fire hitting the helicopter as it starts spinning out of control. What's happening? As he sees, great, Endeavor. The helicopter's struggling to take control while it's going down. Hey, Endeavor, stop! You're gonna kill all these guys, and possibly take out civilians too. As he noticed and sees a, news helicopter. I can't just do that. As he then just shoots the, metal net, causing it to break, as Hawks grabs Deku and continues to start flying in a direction. As the crow person throws some daggers towards Endeavor. You think that will hurt me? As he throws flames towards him. Sir, what should we do? As the helicopter turns around. Don't focus on him. Focus on getting the maker of Shimmer back. Go! As the helicopter flies off, where do you think you're going? As he prepares to do an attack, as Crow injects Shimmer vials, making him grow bigger, as he turns from just having wings on his back and his crow head into a full-on giant crow, as he then grabs Endeavor and then just slings him towards a building. As he starts to caw like a crow, as he's glowing purple with veins. You think you can defeat me? The creator of Shimmer has given us these supplies, and we are grateful for it, as it makes us stronger than you heroes. As he then starts to do a battle with Endeavor. As we see the helicopter still on the chase with Hawks and Deku. Man, these guys won't give up. As he then sends some feathers, causing the wings to jam. Sir, pilot, we're going down. Hold on. As they start to make an immediate, crash landing in towards a field. Well, it looks like there's no one else to help you now. Yeah, it looks to be that way. Although, I gotta say, they've made quite a bit of a destructive area. What do you mean? As then he looks back and sees the fire and smoke that's happening in the distance of where they had been. I'm guessing they used the reserve vials of Shimmer. What do you mean, reserve vials? Well, ever since I stopped selling Shimmer, some of them have been preserving their Shimmer for when it's needed the most. Honestly, those are the smart type of villains that do that. And it looks like your friend Endeavor's having a bit of trouble. As then we just see an Endeavor fly right past them. Speaking of Endeavor, I think that was just him right now. As we see, the crow person, coming straight towards Hawks and Deku. Don't worry, I'll free you in a minute. As he starts coming at high speeds. Oh, great. As Hawks tried to increase his speed, as Crow is keeping a fast pace with him. As then All Might comes up and hits Crow, sending him flying into a building, having him to go unconscious as he hits the ground. Don't worry, I've got your back. Thanks, All Might. As he finally arrives at the Hero Safety Commission building after like 10 more minutes of flight. As the villain groups had decided to retreat, several of them getting away, but quite a few of them being captured. As Deku was placed in a high security cell. Of course, no windows, no nothing. Plate, white room, table. His hands are chained together by cuffs. And there's only like a one-way glass mirror. As, of course, the heroes and all that, and the Hero Safety Commission president, and several other people arrive. So this is the creator of Shimmer, right? Yes. Apparently, the Shimmer stuff was being a real nuisance. It had been going around for a year, and the supplier has been hidden. But we now have him in custody. As the detective and Aizawa enters the room, as they had called him from the training camp. As he enters, so, I'm here to discuss with you of why did you make Shimmer. Why did I make Shimmer? I made it because I chose to. You're not getting any other reason from me. Fine. Tell us how you made Shimmer then. No. I refuse. We'll just search the building for reports about it. We've already found the ingredients and all that to make Shimmer, of course. You lie. How do you know that? 1. I burned and deleted everything of the original making of the Shimmer process years ago. The only papers that were left were the ones that were based off the original, but never had the right ingredients and all that, so you could never figure out the actual code. How to make them without the original, well, blueprints. And how can you be so sure? 1, I spent quite a lot of time making that with my colleague. So there's another person that knows how to make Shimmer. No, he's long dead thanks to your second hero, Endeavor. Murdered him and gave me this scar. As they're shocked. As he looks over at the detective, he's not lying. Fine. Third question. Who all of you sold Shimmer to? I'm not allowed to say that. Although I can tell you a name that's been wanting to get Shimmer for me for months, but I've refused to sell him any. They're also known as the League of Villains. As they're surprised. So you sold it to the League of Villains? No. The only time I sold them to the League of Villains was the USJ. I stopped selling Shimmer to them when their leader, well, you know, tried to make it where he made the Shimmer, correct? I overheard that little conversation Shigaraki and that other guy had. Precisely. So that's why I didn't end up selling them any more Shimmer. As the Hero Safety Commission president enters the room, you're going to tell us how you make Shimmer. Not a chance. After all, you have nothing to make me do so. And the only way for you to get the information of how to make Shimmer is through my mind. As she smiles, then we'll get someone that can tap into your mind. As he just simply glares. You really think you want to do that? I'm pretty sure they won't be out in one piece afterward. As she's confused, what do you mean? Suit yourself if you never find that person. As Deku just simply sits there. Okay, now tell us, where are your colleagues? People that helped you sell Shimmer. As he stays silent. Answer the question. As he just stays silent. As He slams the table. You have to answer the question. Last I checked, I didn't have to answer anything. Then at least tell me, do you know anything about that wolf guy? As Hawks enters the room, you mean that giant werewolf guy that we fought in the factory? Wait, you know him? Yes, I know him. After all, he had a big vial of Shimmer on his back, if you remember. Wait, was that the vial thing I saw? As he gets a flashback of him when he was jumping, he had a big, orange vial on his back. Yeah, that thing nearly killed us. True, he only caught him off guard. Honestly, I'm just glad he managed to escape. So tell us where he's hiding. Not a chance. I don't rat out people I trust, you see. After all, I can't trust you heroes with any of my projects or work. We could use it to better the society. Hero Safety Commission President says. Yeah, better the society for yourselves. You know, in fact, months before I had started selling Shimmer to the villains, I came here and, gave you a prototype to see what y'all would do with it. When I got my answer, I simply just destroyed the one in your capable hands and left. Because I overheard y'all talking to plan to give you the credit for creating Shimmer. You robbing a scientist of his work, of his very great deed, is a shame. Maybe the other scientists you forced to work under you have okay with that. But I am not. I and my colleagues spent very long time making Shimmer. And you sent someone to kill him. Now leave. I'm not telling you all anything else. As he just sits back down. As they continued to try to ask him questions, but he kept on refusing. Alright, he's refused to tell us anything. Then after that, everyone else left, except the Hero Safety Commission President and Hawks. So what do we do, ma'am? Well, if he won't tell us, we'll try torture. Ma'am, we cannot do that. What if the public finds out? They won't. We'll keep this hidden up. As then they hear chuckling. You're probably thinking of torture, aren't you? Is they surprised? It won't work. I've survived wounds like these, and not told a soul about Shimmer. You're not the first one that's tried it. As he remembers being kidnapped and threatened to give them the blueprints or information how to make Shimmer, but of course was saved by Veek. People have tried that before. Nice try. As how did he know we were listening? His quark? No. From our files, he's quarkless. Maybe lucky guess. As they leave the room, leaving him in the dark. As we see him smile. Everything's going according to plan. As we see, Fred meeting up with a lot of these villain groups. So, villains, it seems that y'all have been want more Shimmer, right? As a lot of them look at Fred. And the creator of Shimmer has been captured. Are you just going to stand by and not do anything about it? As all of them start looking at him. Think about it. Y'all could have all the vials of Shimmer you want. He'll owe you a great debt. And he will gladly give y'all probably a supply of Shimmer for his rescue. Imagine not having to pay for Shimmer for about 2 years. A free supply. Isn't that tempting? As all the villains that are gathered there looks at Fred. Yeah, but he's in the most secure place in Japan. The Hero Safety Commission headquarters. Yes. But in a while, Well, most of the heroes will be busy. A time to free him will come. As he sends a day and time, y'all attack this place at this time? He's good as free. And then everyone will be handed a vial of Shimmer, as he holds a few vials in his hand, and tosses them into the crowd, as people rush to grab them. See? He has plenty more of that, and he could create more for you. So are you all just gonna let him rot? As they start cheering, no! Good, good. Are we just gonna let the heroes do what they want and have all the Shimmer to themselves? No! So what are we gonna do about it? Going to free the creator of Shimmer! Good, good. Now let's go and start this little fiesta. Remember, this time, this day. Y'all are dismissed. As they walk away, as Fred walks back into the room where Arachnid was in. Oh, I haven't given a speech like that in such a long time. I believe it was when I believe when you did what? Oh, nothing. Well, anyway, remember, we're only using these villains to free the master. Your master, my employer. Your boss, my employer. What's the difference? Well, we must get things straight. Z is still recovering from the lack of Shimmer, and is currently resting. I will be at the attack with the heroes raiding the LOV's base. Of course, because I know their location. What about Veek? Veek is leading the rescue to free Deku. Or Zuko Midori is his name. That's the boss's name? Yes, if you didn't know that. I just always called him boss. Well, Arachna, have fun with your little side mission. I'm just going to sit back and eat popcorn. And maybe prepare a missile. Why a missile? Oh, you'll know when you know. Anyway, have fun with your little thing in 2 days or so. As the training camp arc kind of went the same, the only difference within this arc, I have to say, is that Arachnid was following the LOV there and took out Muscular before he could go after Coda. I just don't want the kid dying. He's one, in my opinion, that little guy's like, he's small and has already had enough by Muscular, and I just don't like Muscular. I kill him off in a lot of these what-ifs. Why do I do that? Anyway, back on topic. As she just follows them through the portal as the same attack happens. As the fight happens, as he's about to teleport the LOV away, then a huge bunch of spikes appear through Kurigiri's chest, killing him. As Arachnid comes out from her invisibility. As everyone's shocked, why did you do that? Simple. I did as I was ordered. The creator of Shimmer sends his regards. How? He's in prison. Correction, I would check the news here in a moment. The building is currently being overswarmed by villains. As we go to a nearby officer or hero, as they hear this, repeat, we need backup at the Hero Safety Commission building. We're currently being overrun by villains. As we just see a whole bunch of villains that have injected themselves with Shimmer and are currently rushing through the gates. Free the creator of Shimmer! As we go to Deku, who's just sitting in his cell. Everything's going according to plan. As he hears the breaking down of, like, doors and walls and fighting. As they go over to his cell, as we see Veek standing in front of his cell. Well, it looks like you got here quite quick. You don't look in any better condition. Yeah, they tried to starve me to death, so they'd get Shimmer. As he stands up, I will need something to eat when I'm out of here. Very well, sir. As several villains are just standing behind Veek. Don't worry, everyone. Everyone that participated in the raid to free me shall get a free vial of Shimmer for the next few months. If I'm generous enough, a year. As they start cheering. Good, good. Now let's get out of here before the heroes make their way back here. As they start to take him out of the building. As everyone's surprised by the news. So this was all a diversion so y'all could free him. Of course, we knew you were going to try something all for one, and the heroes would attack you. So this was the perfect opportunity to free my boss. As he, aims an air cannon towards her, as he shoots, but she just simply disappears as she turned invisible. As where'd she go? As All Might continues the fight with All for One. As we currently hear someone hack into the comms of Arachnid suit. Arachnid, I suggest you get out of there. Why? There is currently a missile heading from Texas to here, so you might want to get out of its explosive radius. As her eyes under the suit widen as she quickly dashes out of there. As we see, Deku in a vehicle being taken away back to like a safe haven. As he's in the vehicle and starts eating a snack that some of the villains had on them. Thank you for the meal, by the way. No problem. You supply us with Shimmer, we got y'all back. Oh, I never knew villains could be so loyal. Hey, you supplied us with Shimmer when we needed it. It's the least we could do to pay you back. Thank you. Now, how many villains continued in this raid? Or appeared in this raid? With the amount that didn't get caught. Truth is, I think over 1,000 villains showed up. Noted. Question. How much supplies of Shimmer do we have in the warehouse? You know you've got so many vials that I lost count after 10,000. That is true. You know, and what do you do with the experiments? They're currently running amok across the city. You let them out, I see. As we just see random mutated creatures that have been injected with Shimmer just start running amok across the city as well. As All Might had finally finished his fight with All for One, as he raises his fist up in the air, as the helicopter sees an incoming missile just coming straight to its location, as we just see Fred sitting on a faraway building just eating popcorn. Oh yes, when this hit's gonna release a huge explosion. Of course, Endeavor had to do something about it and shoot a fireball and just blow up the rocket in mid-air, causing the news helicopter to fly out of control. You gotta be kidding me. It would have done an excellent explosion on the ground. It would have taken out about a city block. And I even went ahead and go inform Arachnid about it. Heroes always ruining my fun. Well, this thing should come to an end now. Now, what would he mean that he's going to turn the city upside down today? As then, just something appears on every news screen in Japan, revealing what's happening to a lot of missing people. And it's all because of the Hero Safety Commission. That's what he meant by turning the society upside down. Well, I guess it's time I get back to his headquarters. As we go back and we just see a whole bunch of villains and all that enjoying like a feast. As several vials of Shimmer are brought into the room. Shimmer as requested. And it was brought by Z. It's good to see you again, my friend. As Z smiles. It's good that you could be here. And we're glad we got you out of that place. No problem. I knew you would free me. As the Undercity has been peaceful for the past, several days after the, attack and all that. The LOV was, of course, all rounded up and sent to prison, but now the Hero Safety Commission is all in shatters. As well as the Hero Society. While the villains in the Undercity or just having the time of their lives, partying like no tomorrow. Man, we really messed up the city above us, didn't we? Oh, don't worry, they got what they deserved. I've got a question. Why do you let the Undercity, well, thrive? As some of the villains are curious and all that. 1. The Undercity is where all of us outcasts are sent. So I didn't want to mess up the only place where us outcasts belong. As then they start cheering and partying. As we got people dancing on tables. We got people flying around the room. We got people just doing some crazy things. And we have Fred, who's somehow throwing off party bombs that make people dance. As we just see a whole bunch of people dancing. I never made that, did I? Not to my knowledge. Well, thank you, Z. As Veek and Arachnid comes over. So what shall we do now? The heroes are going to be, well, in shambles. Do we attack? No. My job for the society is done. We can just live our lives here in the Undercity. As he lifts up a drink, to the Undercity! As everyone lifts up their drinks, to the Undercity! As then they party all night. As we go to Deku, who's just wrapped up things and is currently went to his room. As he reaches under his bed, he grabs the different types of vials of Shimmer. As he places them down, the purple vial, the brown vial, the red or the orange vial, the blue and the green vial. I think it's about time I stop with this. As he just grabs a hammer and just destroys the vials. As Arachnid enters the room. So are you just going to stop making Shimmer? No. I have already, every vial of Shimmer I have handed out now have been clear of all its side effects. It will no longer give people the side effects of the Undercity. So all these side effects are gone. Correct. And all the people that had it and that helped in the raid have been cured by the cure I made. Well, that is good, sir. What is Z doing right now? Truth be told, I think he's having a animal quark party. What do you mean by that? He's currently partying with all the other animals in the main room with everyone else. Alright. What do you plan to do? I have no intention going back up to society as I am now. Well, you always have a place here in the Undercity. As an outcast, of course. Thank you. I'll keep that invitation in mind. As Fred enters the room, what about me? As he's a little bit drunk. Do I have a place all around here in the Undercity? Of course, assuming you don't blow it up. What's the fun in that? Blowing up the only place that gives me entertainment. As he then just falls over, hitting a desk, and just falls to the floor and he starts snoring. Well, I guess he's out cold. Shall I go fetch, Z to carry him away? Let him sleep. Anyway, I'm going for a walk in the Undercity. Well, you're the most, well, respected man in the Undercity now, sir. Of course. As he steps out, he bumps into a familiar face. Ah, Crow. What is it? I got some news you're not gonna like. What is it? You know, about a week ago, when we did all that stuff to the Hero Society, we got one problem. What's that? He praised up the news thing. Apparently UA is still standing somehow. And with that, they're not gonna leave the Undercity alone. They're gonna try to regain a footing. And when they do, they're going to try to eliminate us. Take us out. Arrest all of us. Your Vials of Shimmer has helped us, but we should just take out the rest of them. Especially those Hero Corps students. They'll be nothing. They'll just be the exact same as the heroes. Easy. Crow, I know you hate heroes and you became a bandit because it was good money and good pay. Yes. And quite a lot of villains down here have, well, morals that has us all get along. Let them be. They can try to rebuild this society if they want. The damage has already been done and they can't repair it. So they have two options. Just let it completely collapse. Well, technically three. Try to salvage what's they have left. Or they could just start anew. And that won't end well either way. All three options are pretty bad. So, we don't have to worry about them anymore. What about the League of Villains? I heard that they got caught for the most part. We still have Shigaraki roaming around, from what I've heard. Don't worry, he's already been subdued. By who? As we see just a person in front of Shigaraki's containment center with a high-bolted crossbow. Nothing personal. As he shoots, as the bolt goes straight through the glass, killing Shigaraki as it goes through his skull. Mission complete. As he turns around and sees a whole bunch of people in hoods. Did you take care of all the Nomus as requested? Of course. As we see a lot of these people had injected themselves with Shimmer. Good. Anyway, I send the message to him now. As we read the name. So it seems that the Hoods already took care of him. The Hoods? Yes. They're a group of, well, mercenary assassins. Very good at their job. As Fred just says, "Oh, those guys. They sure know how to party." As he then just falls back to sleep. What he said, I guess. Anyway, I hired them for the last job I needed them to do. I also gave them a free trip to whatever country they wanted if they choose so. They also had a place in the Undercity. You've been giving a lot of people opportunities to join the Undercity. Yes, because it's where us, well, unwanted people belong. As he starts chuckling, I guess you're right. Anyway, I didn't know you long, I didn't know you well, but I have respect for you. You know, I met you probably twice now. 3 times encountering this meeting. You remember when I first met you? Yeah, it was in the start of when you making Shimmer. I was one of your first clients. I was looking for something that could increase strength, and you happened to have the cheapest on the market. At the time. Yes, it was quite cheap at the time. It was in its testing phase back then, though. Of course, and you treated my group pretty well and gave me fair prices for the Shimmer after that. Which I appreciate. Honestly, if I knew you were going through tough times through the supply of Shimmer, I was half tempted to give you my services to help you with your Shimmer supply problem. But I see that was all a lie for your master plan. Precisely. Some villains may be mad about that, but they cannot stay mad due to the, well, lowerty of the villain. Well, not villains. More of the heroes now. As there's very few of them now, thanks to our little stunt. Yes. And they can't just go in here into the Undercity and demand what they want anymore. You're right. They can't. Well, anyway, have a nice time, my friend. When did you become my friend? As he just gives a thumbs up, just now. As he walks out and away. Now what does the future hold for me this time? As we just hear the Fred on the floor. Maybe a pack of C4? Be quiet, Fred. As he gets up and walks out. As he sees Arachnid just sitting by her lonesome. As he walks over. What are you doing here? I just don't know what to do anymore. How about this? What is it? I hear there's a nice place here in the Undercity where a lot of people go and have a fun time. I had these tickets, so here. You're giving me one? Of course, I have no use for them. Thank you, sir. No problem. Now, if you excuse me, there's one more place I need to visit. As he starts walking off, as then we just see All For One who's in a cell. Why has my connection with Shigaraki failed? It's been cut off. As we just see someone walk closer towards him. As the guards are simply just standing right next to this person. Well, well, if isn't it All For One? You're the creator of Shimmer. Yes, I am, as he looks up his head. Why haven't the guards arrested you? As he looks at the guards, they're under my payroll. As both of them pull out Shimmer vials. Oh, I see. You control people using the Shimmer. No, you're actually pretty wrong. I don't control anyone. They give me their loyalty. And as I promised, he snaps his fingers as Z appears. Z has already killed every other LOV member within the prison. As All For One surprised, he did what? Yes. So all your little hashtag group of villains are dead. Although, he probably would have preferred if he could have gotten the kill on Shigaraki too. I would have preferred that, Master. You could not get to him with the many Nomu that they had. Fair point. So what are you going to do? If you free me, we can rule the society together. Not a chance. You're a manipulator and a control freak. You'll just use me until my usefulness is over with. Then you'll kill me. That's why I've decided to end you here. Like you can end me. The heroes will stop you. As he just chuckles. Oh, you think the heroes can stop me? Oh, that's funny. As the guards start just to laugh. You know several of those heroes have been under the Undercity's payroll. As All For One shocked. Yeah, several. Oh, and also, bring in the head. As Zeke enters with the head, revealing the head of the number 2 hero, Endeavor. He tried to barge into the Undercity the other day while we were partying. And he met an unfortunate end by every villain that injected themselves with Shimmer. Yeah, pitiful end, really. So, unfortunately, it's come to be your turn. As he just nods his head, as the guards pull out their pistols. And Z pulls back his arm, preparing like a fire slash. You can't kill me, you idiots. Oh, you think we can't? As he just holds up his hand. I guess I can just use the last experiment I'll ever do on you, then. As he just looks at him, what do you mean? As he pulls out, well, the brown shimmer that what turned stone, native into stone. What's that? I learned this little thing about this failed type of shimmer, you know.
It will turn your body completely to stone.
As All for One looks over to him. You're bluffing. As he looks at him with a dead serious glare.
Z, have I ever bluffed before?
No, master.
Good, good.
As he simply walks over next to All for One, who's strapped in with cork-canceling collars and all that all over him. Cuffs and all that. As he starts to inject it into his, neck. As he starts to turn over and just squirm in his little chair. No, I will not go out like this! As his body starts slowly turning to stone. As a chair gets pushed up to where Deku just sits in it. You know what? Your time as a villain was pretty, good a few hundred years ago. But now it's just pathetic. As he's just trying to break out but he cannot due to the cuffs and all that. I will end you for this. You won't be ending anyone but yourself. As it finally just covers his arms. He's just moving his head. As he starts flinging his head up, as the stone just continues to consume his body. The shimmer. I can give you anything. Quarks, money, whatever you need. Just stop this thing.
It's too late for that.
As his body completely turns to stone. He just...
A fool till the end, I see.
He just nods towards Z as he then just hits All for One with the hardest as he can as he scatters into a million pieces of rubble. Good. Now the Undercity is safe. Forever. As he gets up and starts walking away. And that's the end of What If Deku Made Shimmer, the collapse of the society. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe for more.